Hi everybody, it's Adam with HeartValveSurgery.com, and we're at the American Association for Thoracic Surgery Conference in Chicago, Illinois. I'm thrilled to be joined by Dr. Patrick McCarthy, who is the Executive Director of the Bloom Cardiovascular Institute at Northwestern Medicine in Chicago, Illinois. Dr. McCarthy, it is great to see you again, and thanks for being with me today.
Thanks, Adam, and thanks for all that you do for the patients.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, I've been looking forward to this conversation all week because
Great.
Given your commitment and dedication to mitral valve repair surgery, I understand that you have been working on the release of a new ring that appears to be right here.
Here it is.
And I imagine the folks in our community want to know what is so special about this ring and why is everybody here talking about it?
So thanks, Adam. So this came out FDA approved over a year ago now. And so this is a ring. This is what the mitral valve ring looks like that we put in patients. It looks exactly like a mitral valve. What's different about it is what's inside, and you can't really see it. But surgeons are used to looking at it like this. But inside is what we call a stiffener on the top and on the bottom. But then there's a couple of important things. One is you can squeeze it down and make it really small. So if you're doing minimally invasive surgery, it can fit in there. But the most important is that every once in a while, a mitral valve repair will fail. And if so, patients typically have to undergo a second heart operation, which is obviously dangerous and is difficult for them. So instead, we designed this so that you can put a valve inside it, so that you can do what we call a valve in ring. And so the design of this is that you take a typical D-shaped mitral valve, and then you can put a circle inside it with a TAVR valve or a transcatheter mitral valve. So the hope is that if a patient has a failure in 5, 10, 15 years, they won't need a second heart operation. Instead, they can have a transcatheter procedure and avoid that operation. Are people going to need it? We kind of hope not. But it's like having an airbag in your car. And so do you want a car that has an airbag or not? It's kind of a simple decision. So another important thing about the ring, Adam, is that it follows this mathematical algorithm that we use so that we get a very precise repair for patients. So we give the surgeons the numbers that they need to do the calculations so they get the amount of coaptation, the amount of overlap of the leaflets just right.
Fantastic. I'm sure when you hear new in medicine, it's kind of exciting. At the same time, you don't know how it's going to perform. So have you done any implants to date? And if so, what have you learned?
So we've done about 150 implants so far, and it's working exactly as we would have hoped. And that we're able to get that amount of coaptation that we want. The results early on are looking fantastic. We have not had any failures that anyone has ever needed a valve and ring at this point. We've actually done bench testing that proves that you can put a valve inside it and it'll look good.
Wow. Well, on behalf of the patients, Dr. McCarthy, people all over the world, thanks to you and your team at Northwestern Medicine. Thanks for everything you're doing.
Thank you, Adam.
Hi, everybody. It's Adam. I hope you enjoyed that video. And don't forget, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. Watch the next 2 educational videos coming up on your screen, or click the blue button to visit HeartValveSurgery.com.